Hello everyone. Welcome back to part 2 of this replay. Sorry for the technical difficulties here. Marauders still on this high ground, raining down those Punisher grenades onto those probes and to this final photon cannon here. We do have an army trying to push out here as well. Single Ghost does not have any energy for an EMP shockwave. So yeah, only a single Ghost sitting there. Marauders on that high ground still racking up those kills. So getting a couple probe kills there. That poor probe getting taken down. Stalkers now being warped in, and we also have an Archon joining in on this fight. The Archon is a little bit better now compared to the original Archon. Also, this pylon's gonna get taken down. So this pylon, as soon as this pylon get taken down, all of these buildings are gonna be unpowered. However, Marines and Marauders do not seem to be able to capitalize on this fact as an additional. Oh, nice. Phoenix coming into position, trying to attack onto that high ground. Archon only has a range of 2, but has a little bit more splash damage now with a radius of 1. So we'll be able to deal a fair amount of damage to this Marine and Marauder army, considering that they are biological. BratOk now coming in, gonna drop down this Marauder and Marine army here and dish out the damage. Really gonna hurt the Harvester count, as we also have units coming in. A nice Psystorm though, dishing out a lot of damage on these units. More units trying to come in. Another Psystorm. BratOk losing a large amount of those units there. However, these Marines and these Marauders from this backside able to just continue to dish out that, able to try to perhaps take down this Nexus. This now doing a Graviton Beam in order to reduce the amount of damage these units are able to do. But this Nexus may get taken down to 8 hit points. And, oh my gosh, down to 8 hit points and a final shot, unable to take it down. That's as close as it's going to get. HasuObs using the Phoenix to Graviton Beam a Marauder in order to prevent that damage, and I think that was exactly enough. Oh, feedback down on that medevac, so nicely done. HasuObs feedbacking and then using a quick, then using the Stalkers as well. It looks as though dropships are also able to make it way into the main base, also taking down a lot of the Harvesters inside HasuObs' main base. So HasuObs now down to 24 Harvesters. Marines and Marauders once again on the move, try to do a little bit of an engagement. Now that Guardian Shield comes into position, and that Archon just moves so slow with such a small range that Archon is having a very hard time trying to get just trying to deal any of that damage. A nice Psystorm hitting a lot of these units. Now going after that Ghost. Ghost now getting taken down as these units moving out once more. Should be able to take down some of these units fairly easily. Graviton beaming the Ghost. Ghost now Graviton beam, and now High Templars are gonna get some Psystorms onto some of these SCVs. SCVs taking their share of damage. In comes that Archon. Archon dishing out that damage fairly well. Down to only 17 hit points though. So an Archon finally getting taken down, but still in comes more and more fighting. Ghost trying to single-handedly try to fight back the rest of this army, but it's not going to work. That Ghost is down to 28 hit points. That Ghost should probably be focusing down the High Templars. Oh, nice Psystorm being cast in order to try to feedback onto that medevac. Medevac unable to heal anymore, and now the Archons are being merged. I don't know if an Archon counts as a biological unit while it's being morphed in. Marauders and Marines coming in to finish off the rest of these Stalkers. Command Center now taken down. Archons may be able to just turn around and dish out that damage. There's not enough energy for an EMP shockwave, but that Archon does not want to fight. So nicely done. Both sides taking heavy losses. BratOk now down to only 500, 700 minerals a minute. Now doing some long distance mining here as well. That Mule doing long distance mining fairly difficult. Marines, SCVs, the Marauders and the Marines are upgraded 1-1, so those Marauders have an armor of 2. Looking at HasuObs, HasuObs does not have any upgrades for his units. And we have HasuObs trying to take down this high yield mineral location. However, Medevac's now coming in. He is going to be able to spot this. Will he be able to shoot this down and take him down? No, not going to be able to. And now all of these units being unloaded onto this high ground. They're going to start firing, perhaps able to dish out and capitalize on this damage. Oh, nice feedback. And that Medevac getting Psystormed as well. Almost taken down. A Photon Cannon going to get a couple kills. A single Marine trying to do the work of a whole entire of a skeleton army will not be able to win here. As wow, wait, that's a waste of a Psystorm. A Psystorm to take down one single Marine. A Marine should have at least tried to stim pack and and also take down more probes before it was taken down. And before it was destroyed. Destructible rocks will be cleared out. We should get a pylon or a nexus being built there momentarily. We do have BratOk sitting with a command center over here on the top left-hand side of the map at this island location. I'm mining off of the 7 mineral patches here. Just if you did not know, the island locations only have 7 mineral patches, not 8. So the island locations are not as strong of an expansion compared to your natural expansions or even the high yield mineral expansions. These 6 high yield minerals almost delivering the same amount of resources as 8 blue minerals if you are fully saturated. Command center once again being upgraded to an orbital command. So we have 3 orbital command. Oh no 3 orbital commands. This orbital command was lifted off and then dropped back down, even though there's a fair amount of gas in here. Observer coming in from HasuObs in order to discover the top left-hand island expansion. Observer was taken down by that missile turret. Coming back in, we now have 2 Archons army-wise, or unit compromise. We have composition. We have 2 Archons, 1 phase prism, almost a half a dozen High Templars and a half a dozen Zealots, half a dozen Stalkers. Army, both players sitting about a 2200, 2300. So BratOk does have a little bit of a larger army, but he also has upgrades as well. Marines and Marauders and those Ghosts all have 1/1 upgrades, so in a fight they should be able to come out just slightly ahead. Of Photon Cannon now being put down next to this Xel'Naga Watchtower. So that will be a curious play to see if BratOk tries to take a hold of this Xel'Naga Watchtower, what's going to be happening. Missile turret now in play, and that Archon quickly getting taken down. EMP Shockwave hitting a lot of those units, and wow, BratOk just simply destroying this whole entire army with a couple well-placed EMP Shockwaves. However, Psystorm taking down a lot of units as well, so now it's a 2500 mineral army against a 1475, and now both players trying to regather themselves. A fair amount of energy still on these 8 High Templars, so those 8 High Templars now moving out. Zealots do have charge, Stalkers do have blink. Oh, EMP Shockwave missing. Are we going to get any Psystorms? Psystorm being cast, but really missing any units, not really endangering any units there. Line of sight really critical. Perhaps this Observer should move over here, out of range from this missile turret, but still able to provide sight to be able to cast some Psystorms. HasuObs now getting this high yield mineral expansion, putting down a couple pylons as well in order to reinforce these photon cannons here. Main base has nearly been mined out, down to 6 mineral patches. We also have a Dark Shrine in play. Do not see any Dark Templars just quite yet. That may be a little bit of a surprise later. Stalker's able to get here using that phase prism, and now Stalker's just coming in, destroying a lot of these SCVs, trying to hurt the economy of BratOk. Marines and Marauders now coming in, will be able to destroy the rest of these Stalkers. However, damage has been done, as BratOk is now sitting at 44 Harvesters, only mining 400 and 400 per minute. We also have a scanner, or we had Stalkers and High Templars being warped in with that phase prism here, and now that medevac going to try to shoot down that Marauder. May be able to shoot down that Marauder. No, able to blink away. However, that last High Templar isn't even able to get a last feedback there. So large medevac Marine army, Stalker able to take down that last SCV, and no, that Stalker trying almost able to escape, running back into the wrong direction, getting taken down by that Ghost. Command center now being placed down, or perhaps lifted off into this position here. Army-wise, HasuObs sitting on 2500 versus BratOk's 4500. Still going to be an uphill battle for HasuObs. HasuObs really needs to start considering getting some upgrades. Still sitting at level 1 upgrades all the way across the board. Scanner sweep revealing, probably revealing any Dark Templars, or perhaps even an Observer there. We have some SC or an SCV trying to build or put down a missile turret as well. And now Dark Templars coming in. EMP Shockwave onto a Dark Templar. Dark Templar gonna almost take down that SCV, SCV needs to take 2 hits in order to get taken down. Now activating that Zelnaga watchtower as this large Marine medevac Marauder Ghost Army going to push onto this natural expansion over here, and the Marauders dropping onto the natural expansion over here at the 6 o'clock position as we have a fight engaging. Stay tuned for part 3 of this replay between BratOk and HasuObs here on Lost Temple.